What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and it's Top 10 Thursday. We just saw the end of E3 2018, and this year had some big surprises and some absolute dumpster fires. There were reveals that made people actually cry in the audience, and people coming out on stage forgetting their lines and instead talking about cell phone games. So this week, I want to try and dive into both the good and the bad. These are my picks of the top 5 best games and worst fails of E3 2018. Number 5 bad. No Xbox gameplay. In general, I felt like the Microsoft press conference was extremely good. They packed it so full of different trailers, they shifted around to different hosts, and they gave us a lot of reasons to be happy for having an Xbox One. But there was a strange drawback, which is that we saw almost no real gameplay. They had all these different computers on stage that made it look like they were going to be doing a 20-minute live game demo, but ended up only doing a short little display of Forza and nothing else. I wish they'd gone deeper into these games and showed us why we should love them before they're even out. Number 5 good. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This series has been really hit and miss over the last couple of years because it seems like the developers themselves didn't really quite know what to do with it. They kept making the world bigger and more deluxe, but the controls always felt so stiff and limited, and it looks like in this sequel, they're finally changing things up, making it where we can customize our buttons and really the entire way we play. Even the way we talk to other characters has been completely revolutionized to make sure that this doesn't feel like anything else. Number 4 bad. Sony's Intermission. The beginning of the PlayStation conference opened up with an absolute bombshell, giving us a deep dive look into The Last of Us Part 2, but after this, they suddenly threw it over to a tiny desk placed outside with a couple hosts just sitting around talking about a bunch of random crap nobody cares about. This went on for almost 20 minutes, and nobody quite knows why. They ended up calling it the Intermission while they set up the next studio, but it just seemed like some horrible problem happened behind the scenes and ended up bringing their overall fantastic presentation to a standstill for way too long. Number 4 good. Resident Evil 2. This game is always going to be considered my favorite survival horror game ever. It is just so packed with scares. So when Capcom officially announced that they're going to be doing a full-blown remake of the game, I was of course excited. But now we've seen a full extended trailer, and not only that, some gameplay is actually playable on the floor, and it looks fantastic. You can shoot off enemy limbs, go around these shadowy hallways. It basically goes you back through the entire game, but now with even more reasons to get scared and excited of every single frame and every single room of this masterpiece. Number 3 bad. The Square Enix Conference. I hate to put an entire showcase on this list, but let's face it, Square Enix, for whatever reason, brought almost nothing to the table. They gave us a couple tiny teasers and essentially nothing else. Even their own games, like Kingdom Hearts, were shown off more at other people's shows. What the heck's the point of that? You guys are making the game. If you're going to be talking about it, why not talk about it better than anybody else could? I'm not sure who designed this conference or who thought up some of these ideas, but frankly, they are downright awful. Number 3 good. Gears of War 5. This game is built on nothing but absolute tension and excitement, and the reason why is because Gears 4 has just been getting crazy good support. The game itself is fast, fun, and has some great multiplayer, but in the months following it, they just keep rolling out giant updates, keeping it alive, well, and really well balanced. So I'm actually excited for Gears of War 5 because I'm curious what all they've learned from Gears 4. What new elements we're going to have thrown in here, and are they going to try and add in new weapons, new enemies, and new ways to just keep us absolutely on the edge of our seats with shotgun-filled energy. Number 2 bad. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I absolutely had to write this into the script because it just seems like such a catastrophe in the making. Ever since we heard about the development beginning on this game, it's been nothing but negative news followed by more negative news. So this was their opportunity to really come out on stage, wow us, and show us that we should put our fears to rest. And what do? Absolutely nothing. We did not see anything at all, even a single shred of evidence that Final Fantasy Remake even exists. It's like they don't care about fans, and they don't care that we just sit here waiting to find out any little tiny detail about it. At this point, if they told me it was cancelled, I'd believe that it never even had begun, because we've yet to see even a real bit of gameplay other than a couple shredded screenshots. Number 2 good. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Nearly all my friends in real life are totally obsessed with Smash Brothers, to the point at which they actually compete in local tournaments and kick a lot of butt. Me personally though, I'm just not that good at it. I can hold my own, but you're definitely not going to see me getting my controller in hand and dominating 15 people at once. However, this game really sort of reinvigorates my interest in the series because it seems like it's trying to throw in every single idea they can possibly think up. It has literally every character that's ever been in any of the games. They're tweaking the combat to be faster and a lot more fluid, and some of the changes just seem like they want to overhaul how you think about each stage. I'm going to be buying this game day one and actually going online and seeing if I can conquer somebody, because I think that this is, well, the ultimate Smash Brothers. Number 1 fail. C&C Rivals. Sometimes in life, you see the things that you really love and respect most just get absolutely tarnished, irreversibly damaged in a way that just physically hurts in a way, and in this occasion, it's unfortunately Command & Conquer. These games started off as some of the most serious real-time strategy games ever designed, but over the years, they got more casual until now it's literally a crappy cell phone game. They brought this thing out on stage and played it for way too long, even having esports announcers commentate over it like we were supposed to be somehow thrilled by this crap heap. I cannot believe that they are bringing a game that used to be so complicated and so intricate and making it something where you literally just tap barracks to make soldiers. This is dumbing down the greatest franchise into a kiddie game that people are going to be playing on the toilets. It's disappointing, but not at all surprising. Number 1 best. The Last of Us Part 2. I've talked about in the past how I believe the original Last of Us is one of the greatest games ever made. It's just so filled with passion. It makes it where, even though there are zombies running around and psychopaths eating people, you are more afraid about the emotional aspects. How are these people that we've now come to care for going to deal with the mental trauma of a world where everybody is kind of just a nutcase? This sequel seems to be upping the ante and making it where we feel more for Ellie this time, seeing her relationships and her personal struggles, along with the fact that she is still being unleashed in a landscape that's basically hell. They did a very long stage demo that gave us so many great details about the new combat, the new brutal way you have to pull arrows out of yourself, and showing that this is going to be not just bigger and better, but a ton more hardcore. I am definitely going to be playing this game for many, many hours, and for that reason, I awarded this my pick as the number 1 best game shown at E3. Did your favorite E3 moment not make the list? Got an idea for a future top 10? Leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Share with your friends. Are all the dogs gonna walk in the office? Let me tilt the camera down here. This is so... Iris. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Get out of here, dogs. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. What are you doing? These dogs are ridiculous. Oh, hey. I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.